All right. So, hi, everyone, and thank you so much for being here today and sharing your afternoon with us. I want to start our information session with a number that really is making headlines right now. And honestly, it's keeping a lot of financial advisors and estate planning professionals and even some notaries up late at night and very busy. And that number is $84 trillion, although I've heard just recently $129 trillion. That's trillion with a T. And that's the amount of wealth that's expected to change hands in the next decade. And they're calling it the Great Wealth Transfer. Sounds pretty exciting, but here's the catch, because while 82% of Americans say that estate planning is important, only 31% of them have a will in place. And only 11% actually have a living trust in place. And this lack of preparation leads to court delays, family disputes, massive legal costs, all while grieving families are really just trying to find a way to move forward. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today and why this is so important, because this tool, this service that we're going to explore called the Legacy Vault by My Life and Wishes, helps make sure that families are protected, organized, and supported during some of the most vulnerable times of their lives. And that's why so many estate planning attorneys and financial advisors, even some tax planners, use the Legacy Vault to help their clients. And now notaries get access to this exclusive tool and this service too. So whether you're a notary looking to elevate your value, make some serious income, or maybe you're just somebody who wants to make a real difference in the world, this conversation that we're going to have today could change your life and the lives of your customers. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Bill Soroka. I'm the founder of NotaryCoach.com. I'm the author of 6 best-selling books that are designed to help me on my mission to help you serve more customers, make more money, and build a business that thrives no matter what's going on in the housing economy. And here's the cool thing about this. You have this huge advantage right now because a notary public holds one of the most trusted offices in the country. Think about that for a second. There's a lot of other professional service providers out there that pound the pavement and they're constantly prospecting, trying to sell their services door to door. But our customers actually call us and they invite us into their homes to provide this essential, even critical service. And sometimes, if we're lucky, they even bake us cookies. It's the best part because the seal of the notary public is often the last and the very final step in some of the most important life events that a person goes through. So whether they're buying a house, setting up their estate planning, divorcing, marrying people, it's so important. And that's what makes this role we play. Yes, and we get to pet their dogs. Thank you, iPhone 3. Pets are the second best. Cookies first, pets second. But that's what makes this role that we play and these responsibilities that we bear so important. We are the absolute last line of defense against fraud and identity theft. And while we're doing that, we get to bring compassion, empathy, fun, and of course, professionalism to these transactions. And we get an opportunity to lay the foundation of a relationship that can actually last well beyond simply signing, dating, and stamping a piece of paper. We get to help people on their best days, like when they are buying a house, but also on their worst days, like when they're navigating the loss of a loved one. Some of the most touching, tender moments of my career have been working with deathbed notarizations. And I'm curious, has anybody on today's call, have you ever facilitated one of those in the chat? Tell us. Have you ever done a deathbed? There's Avant class, yeah. Or something near. Yeah. I think that's when you know, like in your heart, in your bones, that this work matters. And these bonds that we form in the course of these duties. Yeah, reality sets in, Felicia, exactly. These bonds that we form creates trust. And it makes this network that we build, this network or database of clients, colleagues, friends, family, the single most valuable asset that we own because people trust you already. And when you expand your trusted services to this network, people listen to you because they trust you. And you've already seen this in action in our industry. So let me give you a few examples. I'm going to rattle off a few of these specialties and even some of the adjacent services that so many of us add on in this industry. So when you hear the one that you offer, I want you to type the number in the chat. And if it's more than one, that's fine. I mean, I think we're all pretty much serial entrepreneurs at this point. So how about apostilles? Type a one in the chat if you offer apostille facilitation or even courier services right now. Mary jumped right on it. Georgina, hey, Georgina. In training, I love that. Joan says, I'm just starting everything. I love it. All right, so we got a nice little showing of apostille agents. How about fingerprinting? Type a two. If you offer any kind of fingerprinting, live scan, print, anything. We got any fingerprinters on here? There's Michelle. Hey, Michelle. Z, Boo. Patricia's working on it. All right, type of three if you're a wedding officiant. Oh, look at those. And John, I know you're a wedding officiant. Did you type it in there yet? Yeah, all right. So am I. All right, how about trust delivery? If you help out with estate planning documents, in particular trust delivery, type that four. A little outside the normal realm, how about insurance? Type of five if you offer any kind of insurance. If you're a licensed insurance agent, whether that's home, casualty, life, health. Oh my gosh, what? John, do you see how many insurance agents we have? Love that. All right, and finally, type of six if you're a licensed real estate professional. Geneva, you do insurance too? I didn't even know that. You do everything. I love it. All right, so Melinda's licensed real estate. Any other licensed? Boo. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Boo. There's so much that we can squeeze under the notary umbrella when we really want to, which I'm really good at, or if you really need to, right? And that's one of the blessings that I love about this business. And today we're going to share with you another extension of your professional services. And if you offer any of these services that I mentioned, and so many more, you are in prime position right now to leverage this new program and really stand out in a sea of sameness. And we call this thing the Notary-Partner program. It's an elevated opportunity, usually reserved only for attorneys, financial advisors, and tax advisors. That's called the triangle of trust. But now notaries get a seat at the table with access to this opportunity with incredible earning potential and one with absolutely no geographical boundaries. This can be used globally. And that can be such a relief for us notaries who are usually bound to notarial acts and revenue producing activities within their own state, because this can be used and sold anywhere. And so this is the new Notary Partner program with My Life and Wishes. So here's what you can expect on today's call. So I'm going to introduce you to John Braddock. He's the CEO and the creator of My Life and Wishes in the Legacy Vault. And he's going to answer 3 questions for you in the next 10 to 12 minutes. And that is, what is My Life and Wishes in the Legacy Vault? Who uses the Legacy Vault? And how and why they actually use it. And once we get you up to speed on the actual product, the Legacy Vault product, John and I are going to reveal the new Notary Partner program, the new details that are just unveiling today. You're the first ones to hear about this, which will be about a brief 10 to 20 minute presentation. And then for those visionary notaries who see the size and the scope of this opportunity, we're going to make you seriously the most accessible and unbelievable offer to join the new Notary Partner program today. And after that, we're going to open this up to Q&A. So you can ask us any questions that you have about the program, about the product, anything you need about that. So I want to bring up John next, and I'm just would like you to show me in the chat. We've got 90 people on today's call, so thank you for being here. But I want you to show me in the chat. Are you ready to build more wealth, more revenue, and more security for your business? Just type the word ready in the chat for me and John. Ooh. Oh, and you guys know I love the exclamation points. Thanks for including those. Dollar signs, smiley faces. All right, John, they are clearly ready for you. Please welcome the CEO of My Life and Wishes, also the best-selling author of Click Here When I Die, and my friend and business partner, Mr. John Braddock. Thanks, John.
I appreciate it. Can you confirm that you can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Outstanding. Good afternoon, everybody. It's awesome to be here. Wonderful to see so many of you join us today. And by all the responses in the chat, it means we have a lively group. So this must be a good time of day, better than we do this at 7 a.m., right, Bill?
Exactly. They've had their caffeine. They're ready.
Exactly. And I know a lot of you. I actually see some of our Legacy Vault partners are on this call. I see a bunch of people that I know from the High Performance Notary Network. But for those who don't know me, I'm John Braddock. I'm the CEO, as Bill said, and founder of the Legacy Vault by My Life and Wishes. I am the best-selling author of the book, Click Here When I Die. Yes, that is actually the title. I host a podcast called Estate Planning Nightmares and How to Avoid Them, where we talk about real life stories of what not to do when it comes to planning. As many of you know, I'm the curator and moderator of the twice monthly momentum calls for our certified notary trust delivery agents. And I've spent the last 10 years of my life helping families and professionals prepare for life's uh-oh kind of moments before they become full-blown disasters. And that mission started after my wife and I personally got thrown into the chaos of trying to track everything down that we needed to find when one of our loved ones passed away, and with zero direction. Such things as, is there a will or trust? What about life insurance? What's the location of the bank accounts or retirement plans? Are there other assets? I wonder who their attorney is, or accountant, or financial advisor, not to mention all their digital identities, login credentials, and passwords. Trust me, it was like trying to solve a mystery blindfolded in one hand, tied behind my back. So we built the Legacy Vault, which is a simple, secure way to organize everything that your loved ones would need to know. Such things as, where are the important documents? Copies of insurance policies, investment accounts, bank accounts. Did you know that there's over $1 billion with a B in unclaimed life insurance policies in the United States? That's $1 billion simply because the beneficiaries didn't know that mom or dad had a life insurance policy. We don't want our family to be in that situation, and the Legacy Vault will solve that problem. And then we also include a place for trusted advisors and so much more, all in one spot. We like to say it's peace of mind in a digital box. And today we'll show you how the Legacy Vault as a business helps notaries like you to serve clients in a much, much deeper way. We want you to stand out from the crowd, elevate above the rest, or as Bill always said, stand out in that sea of sameness. Differentiation is crucial. And create an extra stream of revenue, all while helping people avoid some of the estate planning nightmares that I hear about every week on my podcast. So, a quick question. Has anyone here ever experienced the loss of a loved one or a close family member where you were responsible for cleaning things up, settling final affairs, sifting through drawers and boxes with really no idea where to begin? If so, would you please put a 1 into the chat?
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, not surprising. Even if we haven't experienced it, we know someone who has, right? And for all of you who have experienced that, it was like a scavenger hunt on steroids. Am I right? Well, I refer to it as the morbid scavenger hunt. I call it the morbid scavenger hunt because that's where my kids have to come into Arizona from all across the country and start digging through dead dad's drawers and trying to find everything that they need. It's a nightmare for them, which is frustrating, confusing, time consuming, and most importantly, very expensive, all of which would not be fair to them, especially in their time of grief and sadness, which would have been completely avoidable if I would have simply taken the time to make things easier for them for when that time came. Okay. So Bill asked me to address 3 questions. First of all, what is the Legacy Vault? The simple definition of Legacy Vault, it's a secure digital platform that gives individuals and families a central place to store, organize, and share all the important information of their lives that their loved ones will need to know. And not just at end of life, but at any time a life event occurs. Again, that includes documents like wills, trusts, insurance policies, online accounts, passwords, healthcare directives, funeral preferences, and so much more. And I always mention funeral preferences because a good friend of mine, Nick, said to me, he said, John, I really wish I had known mom wanted to be cremated before I buried her. Sad,
Yes.
but true story. So we like to say, imagine if your loved ones could click one button and know exactly what to do, where everything is, and how to carry out your final wishes. That's what the Legacy Vault makes possible. It's a modern solution to an age-old problem that too many families are simply left scrambling, grieving, and confused at the worst possible time of their life. The Legacy Vault brings peace of mind. It brings organization, and it brings and delivers clarity. Now, I think the second question Bill asked was, who uses a Legacy? Well, we serve a wide range of people, but there are 3 basic core groups that tend to use it. The first and foremost, most obvious, is individuals and their families, the ultimate end user, right? People who want to get their affairs in order so that the family won't be left with a mess because they've either experienced loss and seen what happens when it's done poorly or not at all. So they're aware. Estate planning attorneys. Estate planning attorneys all across the country include the Legacy part of basically as a part of their ongoing services. It's a powerful way for them to help clients go beyond just the legal documents and become truly organized. And for them, it's a much better document delivery system than a flash drive, which likely will fail or get lost. Now, professional advisors, document preparers, insurance professionals, CPAs, notaries, yes, notaries. That's people like many use the vault to add more value for their clients, differentiate themselves in their marketplace, and generate additional income. Which will bring me to the final question that Bill asked. He said, how and why do people use it? Well, let's start with the why. And then we'll go to that. The why is people use Legacy Vault because they love their families and they want to leave a legacy, not a burden. They know life is super unpredictable and they want to make sure their wishes are clear, that their documents are organized, and that their family doesn't have to search, stress, or argue when something happens. How do they use it? The Vault is incredibly easy to use. It's a secure cloud-based platform and accessible anytime from anywhere. When I started building the Legacy Vault, I instructed our development team to make sure that this was intuitive enough that my 80-year-old mother can do this. And you'll see in a little while, she can. So people can upload their documents simply. They can store account information. They can write out their final instructions. One of my favorite parts is they can leave video messages for their loved ones that'll be cherished long after I'm gone. Even assign a trusted contact who can access their Legacy Vault when that time comes. And we've made it super simple, straightforward, and secure. So anyone can get their plan in place, even if they're not tech savvy. And professionals like notaries use a Legacy Vault to offer to their clients is, some cases, a value-added service. They generate recurring income or one-time sales. They help their clients go beyond the notarial act and truly prepare for life's what-ifs. They generate more referrals, and they further differentiate themselves from all the others. It's a win for your clients, and it's a win for your business. Okay, Bill, did I address what you asked me to address?
Yeah, I think you nailed it, John. Thank you so much for that explanation and the summary of the value that My Life and Wishes and the Legacy Vault actually brings to the public, as well as estate planning professionals, and now to our community of notary entrepreneurs. So way back here in April, way back, 2 months ago, we celebrated our 1 year anniversary of this program. So I'm super excited to report that we have we may have even gone over it now, 100 notary partners onboarded into this program. So let me tell you a little bit more about what this can possibly look like. So to become a professional partner, all you have to do is join the program by choosing your preference between the new monthly subscription option or the annual subscription, which we'll cover here in just a moment. And then all you have to do is get onboarded by the man himself, Mr. John Braddock. He will onboard you at a convenient time via Zoom, show you the ins and outs of how everything works in the program. He'll give you access to the partner portal so you can review the training materials and you can customize your marketing assets that the company has already created for you to help you promote, sell, or deliver this a Legacy Vault. And then you simply share this. You share this new offering with everyone that you know in your network. And of course, we're going to make this super easy for you to do with the materials that we have created. You know, one of our partners out of Florida, Carol Ringwald, she says that the Legacy Vault practically sells itself. All you have to do is talk about it, and people want it. And here's the best part of the whole thing. As a notary partner, you have exclusive ability to sell the lifetime access to the Legacy Vault to consumers. Because that's something that even John and the company, My Life and Wishes, doesn't sell. So no one can get the Legacy Vault lifetime membership package from anyone else except for a partner through you. So let John walk you through kind of how this pricing works.
Oh, exactly. So as Bill mentioned, right now, My Life and Wishes, a website, people can come and they can become an individual subscriber if they want to, but we don't offer a lifetime subscription. If someone wants to sign up, they'll pay $129 a year, each and every year going forward. And we will never change that on our side because we don't ever want to compete with you. This becomes your unique selling proposition. So our partners are the only people that can sell a lifetime access package. And you'll see in a moment why this is so valuable. So check this out. The suggested retail price of the lifetime access that our notary partners put on their websites or talk to people about is $495. One. So better than coming to us. If you're going to live more than 3 years, you're getting a good deal. And every year you live longer, the deal keeps getting better. But partners can sell it for $495 or any other number they want. Some of our partners prefer a discount, such as for veterans, law enforcement, seniors, first responders, even members of their church or congregation. We don't have any rules around that. So you can sell it for any price that you want. All we ask is that if you have it on your website, that the advertised price be $495. And then you can discount it, offer coupon codes, et cetera, to anyone that you wish. So we call it total pricing freedom.
And this is where it gets even better. So no matter what you sell the Legacy Vault for, whether it's the $495 that John talked about, or if you discount it to $295, you keep 100% of the revenue. And this is worth saying again. You get to keep 100% of the revenue that you generate as a notary partner. This is not a commission split. This is not an affiliate program, nor is it a revenue sharing program of any kind. All you have to do is pay your subscription fee and you enjoy total pricing freedom, unlimited sales, and you keep 100% of all revenue. So this is a huge opportunity. You can offer the Legacy Vault to John, pretty much anyone, right?
Exactly. When people ask me, our partners like, who can I approach with this? And my kind of flip answer is anyone that still has a pulse. Uh, this is where things can get really exciting. There are millions of households in the United States that need a product like Legacy Vault. And I'm on a personal mission to protect a million families with the Legacy Vault, solve a problem that they don't really understand exists, or maybe they do and they're not sure how to do it. So you can sell it to your friends, your family, clients, past clients, uh, members of your church or civic groups, your networking partners, even colleagues in the notary community. Anyone and everyone is a prospect for the Legacy Vault. But don't worry, we have your back the whole way. And we provide everything that you need to help spread the word about the Legacy Vault. I call it a business in a box.
And I think that's a really important point. The team at My Life and Wishes has created fully customizable marketing and promotional materials for you to use, both to promote the Legacy Vault and to add further value to your vault customers. So you can count on things like email sales scripts. They have letters that you can send, instructions for every piece of the um, journey, uh, checklists. They're really good about checklists, and who doesn't love a good checklist? They even have promotional videos that make this really easy to share with your network. Plus, we just created the Fast Start Kit that will help you map out the people you already know in your network and could benefit from the Legacy Vault. And we'll give you text message and email scripts so you can get your first 3 to 5 sales right away.
Yeah, and we're super excited about that too. I just want to highlight that. It's something Bill and I have been talking about for a little bit of time, really to help jumpstart you. And the goal is to get 3 to 5 sales in your first month, maybe sooner if you follow what we've put together. Um, for my Legacy Vault partners who are on this call, you're already a partner. We're going to be sharing that and discussing it this Thursday in our Partner Power Hour Zoom. So be sure and make that if you can. If you can't, that will be uploaded, the replay, as well as the handout in our private Facebook group. So when you become a notary partner, you're not thrown to the wolves and forgotten about. This is an extremely hands-on process, especially to get you started and up and running. I will personally onboard you with a convenient schedule via Zoom, taking all the time we need to train you along the way and answer all the questions you have. Plus, beyond that, we have email support where you can reach out with any questions at any time. And most of my partners all know how to make this thing ring, my cell phone. And they're always welcome to reach out, send a text message. Your fellow notary partners, too. It's not just me that are here to back you up and support you. Your fellow notary partners are visionary entrepreneurs, and they love to share ideas. And there are two main ways we do that, which I just touched on. One is our Partner Power Hour. I meet with you twice a month, and all the partners that we can get on at the same time via live Zoom calls. We share lessons, perspectives, ideas, and ways that partners are growing, scaling, and succeeding. Then we have our private Facebook group, and that's for partners only on Facebook. And we have amazing collaboration and support there. And I'm very serious when I tell you we're in this with you as your success partner.
Exactly. And so, as John, I love that he calls it this. He calls it the business in the box. So, here's what you get with your business in a box. And I want to just really highlight some of these key points. First, you get to sell the lifetime access to Legacy Vault that can't be purchased anywhere else. It has to go through you as a partner. Second, you're onboarded by the CEO himself, and you have access to all the training and the support channels. Third, My Life in Wishes provides you the marketing materials that are tailored to your own brand name to make the offering, offering the Legacy Vault to your network super easy and smooth. And fourth, and this is huge, you can sell as many of these as you want. And fifth, you can sell them for any price that you want and keep 100% of the revenue. And sixth, you have access to that community of notary partners through the private Facebook group and the continuing education calls through those twice monthly notary partner calls with John. And now, with over a year of history with this notary partner program, John and I are thrilled, actually, super excited to announce the all new pricing model for the Notary Partner Program. It's designed to make this even more accessible, more affordable to professional notaries.
This is truly something we've never done before, guys. And I've been listening to the notary community over the past year. And we know that having a monthly subscription option has been one of the most requested features. Well, it's finally here. Everything that Bill and I have gone over today is now available for just $2.99 per month. We are asking for a 1-year commitment because we invest very heavily on the front end, which brings me to the amazing bonuses that we have for you. And bear with, because $2.99, we're going to show you how you can easily 2x your investment of that each month. And for many, much, much higher. So hang on, but check this out. The first bonus is we're including an automatic upgrade to the custom white label branded option, which I'll show you in just a little bit before we get to Q&A. We usually charge $1,500 one-time setup fee for that, but it's totally waived for you. That means you get everything we've talked about today, plus the custom branded portal with your brand, your colors, your logo. And that means every time your client or someone you've sold the legacy vault to gets which name they're seeing every time, yours, always keeping you top of mind in the client's head. And don't worry, I'm going to give you a brief demo of exactly what these look like in just a few minutes.
Absolutely. And the huge bonus that we have, the second one, is the 3 Lifeline support calls with John Braddock. Again, this is all about support and access. So if you come across a prospect, or maybe there's an opportunity and you need some brainstorming help, you can schedule a call with the man himself to help you out. I mean, this is how committed John is on his mission to protecting 1 million households with the Legacy Vault and making sure that you are successful as a notary partner. So imagine if you had a contact at your church, at your work, at your BNI group, or with your neighbors or your HOA. You can reach out to John, and John will help put that together for you and talk about how to do that. And then here, take a look at huge bonus number 3.
Yeah, check it out. Fast Start bonus number 3 is the legacy bag. And here's what you get. You get an exclusively branded My Life and Wishes heavy carry-on bag. I'm going to provide you with 5 copies of my best-selling book, Click Here When I Die. And I know a lot of our notary partners like to give these to their clients when they buy a legacy vault as a gift, because it's kind of my irreverent sense of humor on why people don't talk about these things. We'll also include 2 My Life and Wishes mini notebooks and pens, as well as 2 of the life planning organizers, which are helpful for those prospects that just absolutely won't do things in a manual, or want to do their things in a manual way first before putting things. And so it kind of mirrors some of the things that are within our platform. And
Exactly.
I know Bill's going to share a huge bonus right now with you. So this is amazing.
Yeah. And so this is the first time ever that we're doing this, guys. We're including the membership into my school community called High Performance Notary. And this is where we focus on goals, daily productivity habits, and accountability. The exact structure and support that we provide there is going to help you excel as a notary partner. And both John and I are actually very active in that group. So check this out. So HPN includes all of my books, downloadable and free for you to use. Plus, many of my courses are already uploaded in there, and you have access to those. We have live calls that are very limited or strategic. We have our weekly success ritual planning call where we plan our weeks. Then we have our weekly office hours on Wednesdays with me, where we check in and just help coach each other. We even have some AI training calls in there. We also include weekly challenges to help you make progress on your business growth and your development, especially if you're doing the Notary Partner program. And there's a super engaged community already, over 700 notaries that are committed to personal and business growth and development. And you can see by the leaderboards that people are participating. They share information in a very loving and supportive community. And we charge $49 a month for this community alone. So over the course of a year as a notary partner, that's a $588 value that's included in this subscription. So this gives notary partners a new venue to share ideas and connect on goals with the infrastructure and the support that you're going to find that you need to succeed. So let's recap real quick and look at everything that you get that's included for just $299 a month. When you sign up to become an exclusive partner, you can sell the Lifetime Legacy Vault, which no one else has access to. Other professional partners outside of notaries, they're paying up to $5,000 a year for this. You get also customized marketing materials to help you offer the Legacy Vault to your network, plus marketing videos to help you sell the benefits of the Legacy Vault to your prospects. That's another $397 in value. John does the live onboarding with you via Zoom to make sure all of your questions are answered and you're set and you're ready to go. And he doesn't stop there. You get the video training tutorials and all this marketing material in easy $1,100 in value. But you get to sell as many of these legacy vaults as you want at any price that you want. So that's unlimited deployments. That's what we call it here, unlimited deployments, and total pricing freedom. And that's absolutely priceless, guys. It means you can sell as many of these vaults as you want or give as many of them away if you want to bring value to your client relationships. But your membership, the $299 a month, stays the same. And let's talk about that ongoing support. John hosts the Partner Power Hour 2 times a month, where you can share and hear ideas from him and other notary partners. And if you're on Facebook, you can join the engaged community to connect with fellow partners. Plus, you get those 4 huge bonuses today. The first bonus, you are automatically upgraded to that custom branded package where we're waiving the $1,500 setup fee. And that means that every time a client goes to log into their Legacy Vault, they're going to see your name and your brand on that page. And we'll show you a demo of what that looks like here in a few minutes. Second, you get access to John Braddock, 3 lifeline calls that you can use for any kind of brainstorming that you need for new clients, whatever it might be. And that's $900 value because John's time is valuable as the CEO, obviously. And a huge bonus is that John is going to ship you that legacy bag of goodies that includes the life planning organizers, the 5 paperback copies of this book, and that totals $197 in value. But get this, those tangible items help you talk about this to your prospects. And then, of course, the fourth and final bonus is the membership to the High Performance Notary Program on School. With over 700 notaries focused on goals, productivity, accountability, and support. We charge $50 a month for that. You get it for free included in your membership here as a notary partner. So what you're really getting here is almost $11,000 in value. But because you're a visionary notary, on this call today, sacrificing your Monday, you get it all for $299 per month. So let's look at the math on this. And this is really important. John, you want to touch on this?
Yes, sir. Um, so here's how easy your return is. So if you make just one sale a month, now I'm not a notary, but I don't know. I mean, I know some of you guys are talking with in front of 100+ people a month. So if you're mentioning this every time, imagine if you just sold one a month. You could have a return on your investment immediately, right? And we have our Fast Start program, which is designed to help you shoot for 3 to 6 in your first month. So let's look at how it grows. Just one sale a week out of all the people you talk to is an extra $25,000 a year. If you sold 4 a week, is an extra $100,000 a year. And the sky's the limit after that. So simply by talking about it, and a lot of people always ask me, do I have to sell this? It's like, no, we're just educating people. We're sharing a problem and a solution, and then people will simply act on it.
It's so true. And I think Carol really nailed it, right? When you start talking about this, it sells itself because people are like, oh my gosh, I need that. It's so funny. I was just talking to one of my colleagues today, and I was mentioning how we were having this call today. And she's like, wait, what's the legacy vault? How did I miss this? And I started telling her about it. And she's like, I was just having this conversation with my kids. They want to know where the trust is. They need to know where the life insurance is. I don't know where to tell them. It's in a box in my closet. And this solves that problem. People don't even know they need it until you start talking about it. So guys, you have two choices today. You can absolutely opt out. We understand this kind of opportunity, the investment, the commitment. It's not for everyone. That's totally okay. The second option that you have is to go for it. For just $299 a month, we're giving you an opportunity to receive $495 in return over and over and over again. And if you can see the vision, we have a place for you. We're ready for you if you are ready for greatness. If you're ready for the next level, we're here. And look, at $299 a month, you don't even have to sell it. What if you just used it as a way to stand out from the rest? What if you used it as a way to bring more value to your top tier client relationships? I mean, $299 a month for a client retention program is a bargain. The options are truly endless with this program, my friends. Now is the time to jump in while you can. This is the first time we've ever offered a monthly subscription. And I guarantee you, this is the absolute lowest price you're ever going to see it again. So if you're in, just use the QR code on the screen or just visit notarycoach.com/partner or the link that I have in the chat there for you to sign up. And don't worry, I know you have questions. We have some great questions already popping up in the chat. We're going to quickly slide over to the Q&A section. John, you ready for some Q&A?
Yeah, do we want to jump on the Q&A, or do you want me to show a quick
Demo?
demo of what a branded site looks like?
Yeah, in fact, that's one of our questions. So I would love to jump in here. Let's show them what a custom branded site looks like and how to navigate that. And I'll stop sharing my screen so you can take over.
Okay. All right. I believe everyone can see that.
We can see it.
Great. Okay, so this is my website, My Life and Wishes. And when someone works direct and signs up to us for $129 a year, this is what their login page looks like. It's me, it's my brand, etc. But this is what a custom white label looks like. First of all, most of our partners will include a Legacy Vault section on their website. And this is up in Connecticut, and she has Legacy Vault. And what happens is clients can go to her Legacy Vault page. It talks about, and we provide all these assets. We don't build the site, but we have people who can help you with it unless you do this yourself, and you can add it to your site. But we talk about it. We have videos that you can embed on your site that show a demo. We have a marketing video. It's Tammy's story. It's 2 minutes long, and that really grips people. It talks about Tammy who recently lost her mother and trying to find bank accounts and just a whole nightmare scenario. She gives some sample ideas in here, and then she offers an annual or a lifetime subscription. She even offers concierge service for those that might need a little assistance, where she'll provide up to 2 hours of her time. But then when their clients go to log in, they go to this page. And this is her custom branded login site. No longer does it have my logo or my colors. It is her logo and her colors. And so what I like what our partners do is, even if you don't put a whole page, simply put a login button. Because every time me as your client go to log in, I always go to your website. Again, keeping you top of mind. So now when I log in, just to show you a little bit around the inside, as we said, we made this super intuitive. Everything's in clean sections: personal, financial, family, who are the advisors, documents, videos, send the life wishes. And in each section, there's subsections. So there's personal information, healthcare providers, employer information, education. And whenever anyone's in any section, there's a button that says, I'd like help. And if they click on that, it will take them right to an online help guide and guide them through the questions that they have. And again, as I say, everything is incredibly intuitive. So if I wanted to add a healthcare provider, I can simply add, who are they? What do they treat? I can put address, phone number if I wish to help my family. And when your client adds their spouse as a co-owner, instead of there just being one tab on the website, there are three. There's one for the owner, one for the co-owner to list his or her items, and then there's a space for things that are shared. So in this case, under healthcare, maybe Joe and Jane both see the same dentist and optometrist. Under financial, this is where we're going to include the things family's going to need. Where do you bank? What are the loans that you have? Credit cards. We have to be sure we turn off credit cards when someone dies, because everything in our lives is on auto pay and recurring pay. And until family can turn those off, money is leaving. And adding bank accounts is easy. And bank accounts, by the way, I always like to point out, is anywhere you are hiding money. So you'll see home safe. So many estate planning attorneys I speak with say families are spending $200 to have a locksmith come in and get into the safe because dad took the combo with him. The guy who's hiding money in his brown jacket in the bedroom closet that his spouse or significant other doesn't know about, right? And if I died, Michelle's going to take all the clothes off the rack, put them in a box to Goodwill, and whoever buys that jacket at Goodwill or cleans it is going to have $5,000 in their pocket. And again, it's very easy for people to put in the information. Simply list what kind of an account. It's either checking, savings, or other. And for the name of the financial institution, it's a free-form field. That's where you're hiding the money. It could be Chase Bank. It could be in the Pringles jar in the pantry. But make sure family knows where it is. And the same is true for your loans or debt obligations, things like the car loans, the mortgage, maybe a home equity line of credit. 3 people I tell people you must include in your contacts. Number 1 is your estate planning attorney. Number 2 is your financial advisor. And number 3 would be your accountant. Those 3 people my family will have to work with after I die. So let's make it easy for them. Documents and accounts is where you can upload and store literally anything that you want to make things easy for the family. Here's a copy of the trust with all the pieces, the POAs, the HIPAA statements, the living will, the pour-over wills, certificate of trust, all the things that a person needs are there. And then we tell family where the originals are located too. The originals are in my client binder in the home office and the bookshelf. And it's very easy for people to add things like their birth certificate, maybe their naturalization papers, medical records, medication listings, military papers. Anything that's important can be put in here. Last couple of years, tax returns, proof of ownership documents, such as the car title, deed to the house, household inventories. And some of these things are pretty important, especially if you live in a disaster-prone area, because so many people lose everything in its physical format. This gives people a place to digitize their life, keep a record of anything. God forbid it's the next hurricane or flood or wildfire or mudslide that wipes everything out. It's going to make the rebuilding process so much easier going through that. There's a separate place for insurance policies, household accounts to make it easy for family. The pesky website logins, A to Z, folks, Amazon to Zoom. We all have them, and we have far more than we think we do. So how do family access things like Amazon Prime, your AT&T, Audible, Gmail, Google Drive, Facebook, LinkedIn, Netflix, Hulu, YouTube TV, all those things that are on autopay and recurring pay. And We can make it so easy for family because I have 5 friends who are deceased and still have active Facebook accounts. And Zuckerberg's really great because he'll send me a message. He'll say, "Hey, wish Tom a happy birthday." And I say, "Well, Tom's no longer saying thank you, and his family still hasn't taken it down." My simple solution is, "Hey, family, I have Facebook. Here's my username, password. Here's my challenge questions in case you're asked to tell them what to do. Delete it, memorialize it." If something were to happen to me, my family would be able to take down all of my digital identities in a day or two. Well, there's 457, so it might take longer than a day or two at this point. But the other thing that I like the most is the video call, because this is a place where you can record wishes to your family. Maybe, loving messages to your spouse, your life partner, maybe to your children, your ethical will. Um, I know, as Bill always likes to say, this is where I can record a message telling so and so why I'm not leaving them anything.
Exactly.
And so easy to do.
Or a loving lullaby to your unborn grandchild, whatever it might be. That's super sweet too. But also why you're not getting anything if you need that.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a place to list out your final arrangements, which are pretty easy. Uh, you know, you can put eulogy or obituary notes. What institution to handle the arrangements? When my father-in-law died, we went to the house. He was laying on his bedroom floor. We were standing directly beneath him in the living room, talking with the medical examiner. And she said, "Where should we take Dad?" Um, we're in shock. There's 15 funeral homes in town. Never thought about it. Who do you recommend? Well, these are the questions that family have to answer right away. Let's make it easy for them. Tell them what funeral home. Tell them if you want to be buried or cremated or green burial. Um, Tell them what kind of a container do you want? What are your final resting place? Who do you want to perform the service? Pastor, rabbi, spiritual advisor? You can list pallbearers, notes for music, food, and drink, etc. It's all free form with no character count. So make it easy on the family. Um, there's a place for your pets. Very important to us. Most of us don't have a pet trust. So who's your pet? How old? Age? Breed? Where should they go if something happens to you? Care instructions, food, exercise, temperament issues. Are they bad around small children? Who's the veterinarian? And everything can be listed out. Just makes it so easy for family to handle these things. And finally, a place for our veterans. We pre-populate this with the Fed VA, but most of our vets will go ahead and put their local VA. They'll put in their DD 214 number, list the branch of the service that they served, what their service dates were. They can upload copies of their discharge paperwork, and everything in one clean place. Now, 2 other things I want to point out, and then we'll just get deep into the Q&A. Under account settings, a lot of people will ask me, "John, how do people actually access this? If you're dead, right?" So that's what we call an authorized user. And we can add an authorized user, and that's going to be, maybe a responsible adult child, maybe someone who's listed as a trustee, but someone who you can really trust. And we put in their first, their last name, their email address, and I can choose what they can view and or edit within my account. Now, my adult daughter, Mary, who's in Florida, is an authorized user on my account. For clarity, she has no ability to edit anything, nor would I ever give her that power. But people say, "Well, what stops her from logging in?" Even though she's an adult, it's still curious, right? What stops her is if an authorized user, in this case, Mary, if she goes to log into my account, she'll get a pop-up. They'll say, "Mary, you are about ready to access your dad's account." He will be notified immediately. Do you wish to continue? I know my children. If they know, I'm going to know they were looking in my account. There is no way they're going inside. If they did, I would immediately get an email saying the account was just accessed by whom, time and date stamped, and the IP address it came from. Now, if I'm dead, I will not see the email and it's working as it's supposed to. If I'm not, I'm calling my daughter and I'm saying, sweetheart, I am not dead. Why are you in the account? And then I always have the ability to go in and change her permissions. I don't want her to see financial until I'm gone. The documents, my videos, and end of life. No, she'll need the end of life wishing. So I can control that whole process. So very, very simple to do and add that. And then finally, if I'm inside my account and I need help, the support button goes right to our support team at My Life and Wishes. They can email or they can call a toll-free number, as well as the contact us button at the bottom. But if they click on your logo, it's going to take them back to your website. So that's how we built this, to keep it very simple, make it look like you, your brand, and continue to drive your clients back to you so that you are always top of mind and they'll remember to refer people to you. All right. What do you think, Bill?
Okay, that was awesome. I want to spin off of that because right before you went into the support, you were talking about who has access, and Jamie asked a great question. And the question is there a legacy model? Like when the account owner passes, is the service terminated or is it offered to the heirs, the survivors, whoever the people are that were granted access?
That's a great question. So here's what happens when you sell one of these to someone. It's a perpetual account. Okay. Um, so it's really going to be up to family. The account will still be open. It'll be there. There is a way at the end of the day, and this is in the uh, user's guide that the clients will be able to download and access. At the end of the day, if you want to close the account, we encourage you to download whatever you want out of it. They can delete the account and it can be gone. But there's nothing preventing a survivor then changing the name and the email address and then utilizing it on their own behalf. I wouldn't encourage that. I'd encourage them to buy their own before they have to close mom or dad's. But yeah, so I mean, the code that we provide you as a partner that you use essentially makes the account perpetual. So our system will keep that until it's actually closed down by the client or by the family.
Awesome. Thank you. Great question there, Jamie. So I think we have some amazing questions and I want to make sure that we get to them all. So I'm just going to kind of go in order here. So, Rhonda asks, can we pay off the balance before a year? And I touched on this a little bit, John. I said, there's not really a balance. This is a monthly subscription. If you prefer an annual plan, there is an annual plan. And let's talk a little bit about that. John, do you just want to touch on that a little bit for our annual plan preferers?
Yes. So again, we're super excited to be offering a monthly because so many have asked us for that, and so the price point on that is the $29 or $299 a month. It's just an ongoing monthly subscription. We do desire you stay at least one full year because we do incur a lot of heavy lifting upfront on that. But for those that would want to just pay, I don't want the monthly. I'll put it on credit card or take care of it. The annual subscription fee is $29.90, $2,990. So it's about $500 or $600 less than if you went with a month. So it's a nice discount if you're in a position, just pay it all up front. But if the credit cards are a little tight or you just don't want to incur the big expense, that's why we're so excited about the $299.
Yeah, and let me just clarify too. So let's say you sign up at 299 and for 5 months you paid 299 and then you're like, you know what? I've already made my money and then some. I'm clearly into this and I want to upgrade to the annual. You can do that. But let's say you do that in October and you sign up for the annual, then you're in for 12 months to the following October, right? That's just how we'll do that because it's how those subscription models work. So just to clarify that.
Yeah, it simply would just extend it, out longer.
And Josh says, is the white label included in the annual payment? Yes, absolutely. Great clarification there, Josh. Absolutely is. We have built that all in. That white label custom branding is the way to help keep you top of mind. So we want to make sure that you have access to that. All right, let's get to the next question. Let's see, I got that
One thing, Bill,
answered.
let me just interject on
Yes,
the
please.
white labeling because I have had some partners who have joined us and they said, "Well, it's great, and I know it's all included, but I don't have my website done yet, or I'm still
Perfect.
working on it." Not a problem. We can still get you up and running, and then once you have your website done, we can then brand the materials for you. Um, and we also have one of our notary partners, Legacy Vault partners, who is actually brilliant at designing sites, and he does it at a fraction of the price that a typical web developer would do. And so far, he has designed and built either 15 or 16
Yeah, that's a
sites
lot.
for our partners. So, yeah.
And let me spin off on that because that's a great question. Because Tammy had asked that earlier. What if you don't have a website? So a full-blown website isn't necessarily required. It certainly is helpful for so much, but it's not required. Just a simple landing page somewhere that you can link and say, "Hey guys, I'm a new partner with the Legacy Vault. It helps families protect their most important documents. If I sent you a 2-minute video, would you take a look?" Somewhere where you could host that video, have contacts, have a place where people could buy it and just make it easy, right? We want to make it easy for our prospects, our customers to take action. So it can be a one pager. It doesn't have to be anything super fancy. And with this modern technology now, you can do that super easy. And like John talked about, we've got a partner who specializes in this. He can make it super easy and affordable for you. And if you just have some tech ability with just links on your Google business profile or on your directory profile, somewhere to host it, it can be, again, just super easy. Great question. I'm glad you jumped in there, John, because that's a big one for us. Dean's questioning his brilliance. Uh,
We do have a few partners on today. The man, the legend, Dean Eason Williams is on. We're going to address a couple of questions. Dean, and you might be in the middle of something. If you are, no problem. But we talk a lot about all the value we provide and the hand holding and the meetings and things we do. Is there anything that you would want to add or share with the group?
Well, absolutely. One of the things, and I'm not exactly sure if you guys have already talked about the Facebook group. So where we, as the family, the Legacy Vault family, are able to actually share so many resources that are individually created, that are just shared, just as hey, we came up with an idea, or I came up with an idea. I have this presentation that you can actually use on yours, and it's just freely shared, where folks can actually just make it their own, take those ideas. And a lot of times when you're trying to do something like this, ideas of how to actually do it, it's great to actually have that camaraderie and all of these extra brain cells and other people to really help you kind of figure out, hey, what can you do? But the support, it was extremely easy to get signed on. You and Michelle just made it extremely easy with all the collateral. We were up and running very quickly. And I tell you, it's a great product. If it wasn't a great product, I wouldn't have already renewed. For my second year going around, I've had a lot of, I don't even say luck. I was going to say I've had a lot of good luck with this, but I've had a lot of success with this because it's actually just that great of a product.
Right. Thank you. I really appreciate that, Dean. Dean's one of our OGs, originals. He came on board, I think it was April 6th, a year back. So
Yeah, you jumped right on there. John, can we Lamise has their hand up. Can we bring Lamise up?
absolutely.
Come on up, Lamise. You can unmute. How can we help? You're probably on your phone. Might be hard to find the mute button. Here, I'll send you the.
There I go.
Hi.
Hi guys. Sorry, I can't show my face because I'm not in a place where I could do that.
Sure, no problem.
Sorry about that. But this is exactly what I've been looking for, because as a notary, as a loan signing agent, I get a lot of clients who ask me about, do I do wills and trust? I was just at a notary appointment for a guy who was very frustrated because his mother passed, and his dad passed a few years after, but his father never signed the paperwork for the trust and wills.
Mm.
So it kind of really made him so frustrated because he couldn't sign the paperwork. They had to identify him. And then when it came down to the home that they were staying in, the homeowners association was trying to charge them $100 every day that it wasn't painted, but he couldn't sign for it because his dad never signed the will and trust.
Mm.
So he was the CEO of this company at the airport in California, San Jose, and he dealt with all the transportation part of that. And he told me there needs to be some type of program where people don't have to go through what I just went through. And so I said, really? And he goes, yeah, I have about 15,000 employees here. And I would love for someone to give a seminar or inform my employees of this so that they don't have to go through what I just went through. So this right here is gold. This right here is so gold. And I mean, even for the price that we can charge, I mean, I think people would actually go for this. And yeah, I'm still excited about this. And how my question really is too, how would one person or all of us conduct a seminar of this to people? Because I think that's what people want to see. They want to see something in person. I feel like they want to see actually in their eyes. So how
Yeah.
can one conduct a seminar with these huge companies? There's tons of families that don't have this stuff. And I had one client, his father who had cancer for 15 years, and he had his own business. He had a garage business, and he never told his family that he had the cancer until
Hey, Lamise, you went away.
oh, I'm sorry. Am I there?
Yeah, but you're muted. It sounds like you're muffled.
Oh,
Something changed.
a call came through,
Oh,
so I was trying to distract it. Can you hear me now?
tell them to leave you alone. We're talking business.
My kids. But so he had cancer. He never told his family.
Hold on
So
one second. Lamise, we got to wait till the call ends. Sorry, because we can't hear
oh,
you. There you
okay.
go. Now you're back.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no
So
worries.
so he had the cancer. He had it for 15 years. He never told his family. So I was doing a sellers for him, for his family, for his father's house. So he told me, Janice, you know why I'm here and why you're here is because my father had cancer. And a week before he passed, he did the will and trust, which left all of that business to his son. So, like these kind of things do really happen to people. And, I wish I could have offered him this thing that we're talking about here, because maybe for his family he could use it and not be in any distress. So
Yeah, absolutely. And that you raise a great point. So one of the things that we do is I have presentations that are designed to share with our partners that they can take and make their own and use them. And we have a lot of success with our partners. We have some that do community events. We have many do chamber events. We had one partner, gosh, I think it was a month or two ago, did a small presentation at a chamber thing. He's up in Michigan, and
Uh-huh.
there were like 15 people in the meeting. And at the end of the meeting, 3 of them came right up to him and signed up. So
Right.
yeah, and so much success that we see happening. I know Dean has been highly successful at his community events that he's done, and the partners are all here to help each other talk about it. So one of the things we talk about, like on our partner power hour call, would be, all right, I've got this opportunity. I need to present this to this employer group. How best would I go about doing that? And
Mhm.
we got great ideas, and we can design the presentations that you can go and use and
That's great. I like this. This is great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I will be joining.
Awesome. Thank you, Jamise, and thank you for your enthusiasm and congratulations on your connections.
Thank you so much.
That's what I love is this. Clearly there's the visionary few that can see the opportunity that's happening here, and you've had these conversations before. If you are a notary of any experience, somebody has probably said, "Oh, I wish there was something like this," or the conversations that you have with friends, family, relatives, neighbors. In my HOA, I happen to live in a community of a certain age, and everybody, I just start talking about this, and people are curious. They've been looking for this. They just didn't know how to put it into words. So, John, we have another question from Jamie. Jamie's got some great questions. Says maybe this is too deep, but what is the value proposition of John not offering at $495 lifetime versus the 110 per year? Are partners expanding the subscriptions faster than what John can do directly? I think that's a great question about your marketing strategy as a business.
Yeah, simply put, when we built the company, the mission was, and by the way, we started building in 2015, launched to the world in 2016. So we're just starting our 10th year in it. When we first started the company, I had to rely on all these 20-something tech people, and they're like, "Oh, this totally direct to consumer on Facebook and that kind of stuff." It didn't take me long to figure out no one wants to be sipping their morning coffee, watching or scrolling Facebook and have me come on and go, "Hey, you're going to die," and you need right. So what we did, we looked at it, and I'm on a mission to help 1 million families. Well, doing that one at a time is going to take me a lot longer than I'm going to be alive, probably. And so we stopped marketing direct to consumer about 4 or 5 years ago and started working exclusively with estate planning attorneys. So, they pay us about $5,000 a year, and they can deploy them for all their clients. So I'm much happier with that model of a business than me trying to find all those people at 179 a year going forward, right? And so we've continued to expand that base. It was Bill and I have known each other now for coming up on 3 years, and I did a lot of work with the notary CNTDA calls because I talk to estate planning attorneys all the time. But then it was one of our CNTDAs that said, "Well, why can't I do what the estate planning attorney doing? Why can't I pay you a subscription fee and then sell it or do what I want with it?" I said to Bill, I said, "Are you cool with that?" And so, we launched a year ago. And so it's just a much more successful model. And then we created that lifetime option for you guys. And our commitment is that we won't do that on our end. So if someone finds us, they're either going to pay us $129 a year, or they need to come find you, because that becomes your unique selling proposition, right? when you're talking about it, I can give this to you at a highly discounted rate. It's $495, you never pay again. If you go to them direct, it's $129 a year. And that's because of the unique partnership that you've created with My Life in Wishes.
Exactly. And once again, you're totally free to, like, we see it all the time with and John named a few of them: veterans, seniors, first responders. You can offer any kind of discount. Discounts to your church, whatever it might be, whatever organization that you want to give a discount to, you can absolutely do that. Now, John, I'm sorry, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I was going to say too, if any of you are realtors, because I just had this
Yeah.
conversation with someone this morning. It's like, I've bought and sold a lot of different houses. And every time my realtor, she's always very nice. And she gives me $250 gift certificate to, Fleming's, and I go to dinner, I eat, I get indigestion, and tomorrow it's gone. What if, as part of your value proposition, beyond selling this and the notary stuff, but if you're a realtor and if you're selling a home, why not get them the bottle of wine or the flowers or the gift certificate, but give them a legacy vault account, a place where they can put a copy of their deed, their closing paperwork, and those kind of things. That's a gift that will last forever and becomes part of your value proposition as a realtor.
I love that. But on that same note, I'm just going to say, because I was really surprised at how many insurance agents we have on the call today too. If you're a life insurance agent and you see the stats that says that there's $1 billion in unclaimed life insurance, that means that these clients that you're so passionate about helping, there's a gap between buying the policy, paying the premiums. They want to take care of their families, and then something's happening where it's not happening. So what if you, as an additional value add to the service that you bring to them, you have a legacy vault? They buy a life insurance policy from you and they get a legacy vault where they can store that policy and their family can find it when they need it. What a gift that would be. So
Exactly.
there's endless possibilities here. This is what's so exciting. But John,
Let me talk about one other thing real quick. Next
of
steps.
course. Yeah.
I know several of you have already signed up for that. Truly grateful, excited to get you started as fast as we can. So for those who have already signed up, you will receive sometime later this afternoon, or if you're on the East Coast, close to evening, but you'll get an email that'll come, which has your next step email, which talks about sending me a copy of your logo, your website URL, joining our Facebook group, and scheduling your onboarding. And so we can get all that stuff going. And if you've signed up, and if you don't yet have your website or you need assistance with it, let me know, and I will put you in contact with the big daddy of GoDaddy.
Look at that, Dean. I want to see that on your website. But also for accessing your high performance notary, all of that too. So once you'll be onboarded with all of that information as well. So we'll get you taken care of. Now, John, we had a great question from Lyle and Taffy about security. I love when people ask about this because this is so important, right? Everything that somebody would need is in this account. So can you address the security concern?
Yeah, absolutely. So as I mentioned, we started building this in 2015. In fact, we started in February of 2015. We launched to the world in June of 2016. So we spent a year on security building this. We knew that this had to be ultra secure with no problems. And so we do not have our own servers. Everything is stored with Microsoft Azure in the cloud. Everything is built on AES 256 encryption, which is used by banks, the government, and the military. I would never say something could not be compromised, but AES 256 has never been cracked. And it's a string of numbers that is about 62 or 64 untillion digits long. Everything is individually encrypted. Things are encrypted on the way up. They're encrypted at rest. They're encrypted on the way down. We are a zero knowledge company, which means no one at My Life and Wishes can see anything that anyone has in their account. The only thing that we have the ability to know is how to communicate with them. So changes and updates and email tips and pointers and those things. And each account is stored individually. So unlike when Target gets breached and a hole gets punched in the wall, and now they have access to all the data, my encryption key to my account, which I share with Michelle, her key is completely different to access it. So there's no single point. So if someone actually cracked the AS256 and got in, they get one account. That being said, we are in our 10th year now. We have never had any, knock wood, everybody with me, there's never been a breach, never been an issue that has occurred. So in all likelihood, the only way an account would get accessed is if someone had the user's username, password, and that person was not using two-factor authentication. So I hope that answers the question.
They call it a vault for a reason, right, John?
Yeah.
It's pretty
Right.
secure.
Susan had a question. She said, do partners get access to the vault themselves? And the answer is absolutely, because once you partner with us and you're paying your subscription fee, you have unlimited deployments. So again, that means you can create your own account, give one to your kids, give one to your brother, sister, mom. You know, I gave my parents one. I sold my brother one because I don't like him as much as I like my parents. But yeah, so you can sell them, you can give them away. What I always tell our partners too is think of who you know that if you gave them an account for free, would not only really appreciate it, but they would tell everybody about it. A great path to get referrals.
Yeah. Yep. Best word of mouth there. Awesome. Look at all the people who have signed up. Alicia, great. Alicia, I owe you a course too. I'm looking for your business card. I was like, I owe you the Apostille course. So I'm going to reach out to you and get you that. But welcome to the partner program. Welcome to all of our new partners. I just want to make sure that we have addressed all of the Josh asked a great question here, John. I know this pops up because when you have a product and you run into a fellow visionary entrepreneur, this might happen. So Josh says, my question is, if I wanted to market to attorneys as something they can give to their clients, would they be able to go around me and become a partner themselves if they did a little research and found you? Can you talk a little bit about our solution to that situation?
Yeah, absolutely. When I first started working with the notaries and working with Bill, we had a referral program for notaries because we know you work with estate planning attorneys. And so, I have all kinds of scripts and elevator pitches and things to introduce the concept to an estate planning attorney. But then it was only the attorney who could partner with us. And so it opened the door. And then if the attorney and the notary would connect the two of us, then I'd take it from there. And then if the attorney partnered with us, we pay the notary who referred them a one-time $600 referral fee. Now we're in this world of you can do it too, but you also work with estate planning attorneys. And so here's what I suggest. Some estate planning attorneys will want to do it and some won't themselves. So you can approach the estate planning attorney and share with them this amazing new resource that you have available. They will immediately know why it's important. And you can offer, I can make this service available to your clients. Usually we charge $495, but for any of your clients, it's $195 or whatever, because you can send you a lot and it takes you 5 minutes to set up an account. So you can do that. Hopefully they would say, yeah, because that would be great, because now they're going to be sending you business and those things. If they said, well, hey, why couldn't I just go to John myself? My suggestion always is you take a very, high level approach to that. It's like, oh, absolutely. I know John, the founder of the company, personally. Let me make the connection for you, and you can have a conversation with him. And in which case, if they contact us and want to partner with us, we would partner with them, but we'd send you $600. If that answers the question. So it's kind of a two-pronged approach now when you're talking to an estate planning attorney. It could just turn into $600 for you if they partnered with us, but hopefully they'd say, well, you'd be able to do that and scan a document and upload it for me. And you say, absolutely. And you just work out the pricing model with them.
Yeah. Perfect. Josh says that works.
Awesome.
And that's what I love, the abundant mindset. There's always a ways, and you're always going to meet some people who get it and they want to jump ahead and be a part of it too. And then you're going to get some people who just want you to take care of everything for them. And then, of course, there's always some that don't quite see it yet.
Yeah.
Plenty
Great.
for everyone. I think we have nailed the questions here. I just want to make sure. Is there anybody else? Did I miss any questions that's just gnawing here? Do you see any?
Such good questions that y'all have been asking, Josh, Jamie, and
Susan,
Susan there.
Michelle, so many great ones.
Yeah, these are really great.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. So one of the questions, though, is what's the time frame on this? I saw, oh my gosh, Javita, I saw your question. What's the timeline to sign up for this? So I can't make you any promises. This is a brand new subscription model. I anticipate that this is going to work and this will stay, but I can't guarantee that this is going to be the monthly subscription price or even the annual price, right? This is the lowest it will ever be. I will promise you that. Our plan is to continue this access point. So we want to make a monthly subscription continue. So I'm not going to say, oh, you only have till Wednesday and then it's going away or anything like that. There's nothing like that happening. This is new. It's happening and it's happening right now.
And the sooner you sign up, the faster you're making money. And
for the onboarding, right, John?
For the onboarding process, because I have to travel out to the East Coast on Wednesday of this week, and my goal would be everyone that gets signed up today would be by the mid part of next week to have you onboarded, ready to make money. So
exactly.
And again, the simple math, which is why we're so excited to be for the first time offer the $299, is that you all know people. You got family, you got friends, fraternity brothers, sorority sisters, your networking group, people who've been through it. At $299 a month, all you gotta do is sell one a month, and you're already getting a return on that investment.
Yeah.
Um,
Josh, great question. If the price does go up, are we grandfathered in at this price? That's a really good point, just to clarify that. So if you come in at the $299 rate, your price is always going to be $299. We're not going to raise that on you.
Right.
You are grandfathered in. Same thing for those who came in last year. They're grandfathered in at the price and up until now. This is your price right now at $299. We're never going to bump that up on you. That's what I love about working with John. He's old fashioned integrity. Like, here's what I promised. Here's what you're getting.
Hey, y'all, did he just call me old?
Whoops.
No, that's the one thing we've always done. At whatever price point a person comes in, you're grandfathered that price forever. So we've got some of our original people who pay less. But, as time goes on, we have to, adjust because of usage in the platform and storage and those kind of things. But yeah, if you're at $299 a month, it'll always be that, unless you want to change to annual. And since you were at the $299 price, to convert to the annual would always be the $29.90 for you. So I would suspect that within a few months, the price point may also go up again, but never for early adopters.
Your price is your price. All
Mhm.
right, guys, thank you so much for sharing your Monday afternoon with us. Truly appreciate you for an elevated level of thinking. These questions were amazing. This shows me that you're visionary notaries. I love having these types of conversations. So thank you for bringing the great questions and the attention. John, again, thank you for just being open-minded to a conversation like this that made an opportunity like this available to notaries as well. Truly appreciate you. You guys have a
Oh,
great week. Any closing words for us, John?
um, let's go out there and make something amazing together and help a lot of people along the way. Appreciate y'all being here.
Sounds good to me. Thank you. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Thanks all.